So, hello everyone. I'm Jack Lamb, and well, this guy here,
I'm Brian Byford,
and we're here tonight for any of your questions, whatever we can help you with fishing wise, or anything if you're considering doing match fishing. Yeah, any questions? We're here to help you. We've got a question here for both of us. Good evening, gents. Question for both of you. What's the best result you have had in the events you have fished so far, and why? I'll start with you, Brian.
The best I'd say would be at BCAC down at where was that, Jack?
I don't know which one.
the one up north.
Oh, in Birmingham at Kingsbury Pine.
Birmingham, yeah.
Yeah,
Kingsbury Pine. Yeah, that's our best result we've had for a long time, really, eh?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we took the record, didn't we, off the lake for most amount of carp caught and biggest weight. And we caught the lake record as well, didn't we?
Yeah. You had the lake record.
Micky Webb. No, Perry.
Evening, Perry.
Yeah, that was a great result up there, considering we've never fished the lake before. I would say that's one of our best. Another one that was really good was is Adrian.
Evening, Adrian.
We done really well at St Albans Lake. I know you know it really well, but we obviously come last out the hat there in a qualifier and won it by about £300. So not a bad result.
Evening, Ross.
Ross, you all right?
Yeah, we've done. Been on that lake for a few years, so we knew we had a few tricks up our sleeve, didn't we? Evening, Webber.
I've got my beer with me, Webber.
What's this? When are we getting on the lake, lad?
Hopefully soon.
Well, you tell us. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
sooner rather than later. We're all waiting.
That's it.
But that was nice. What's this here?
There's a question here.
What's that there?
When you come out last in the draw, how do you react? Do you change your style of fishing in the matches to social fishing? How do you react, Brian, when we come last out the hat?
Well, it happens quite a lot. So I do. So my head does drop a bit. But once we get in the peg and we have a look round, we just get a little plan together and just fish, really, don't we?
Yeah, that's
it. And if we nick a couple of bites, we just build on that.
Everyone that knows Brian must know what I have to deal with at times when we get a bad draw, because I'm hearing it a lot. Oh, can you believe it? Last out the hat again. Rah, rah, rah. A bit of ranting and raving, and then once we're fishing, you know, in a match, all you can do is fish the peg that you've got. So, you know,
exactly.
40 hours we fish the peg as hard as possible, and then hope it's good enough to qualify or, you know, win an event. Like even in pegs before where we've blanked, you know, we're still coming home on the Sunday absolutely shattered because you've given it 100% record, like 100% of what you've got trying to catch carp. Yeah. You would be used to.
I mean, sometimes it's like at Willows when we came out last. We actually we got into a peg that I'd fished there before in that area, and I knew we had a chance of nicking a few bites. And by the Saturday night, we had what was it, 18, 19 fish?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Well, we ended up with about 50, 60 carp in the end, didn't we? But yeah, it was an area that wasn't fancy, and all we could do was.
Hey, I watched that this week.
That will be me.
Yeah, Brian is the most sensible the night before a match. He's always telling me that's your last one, Jack. No more beer.
Evening, chaps. How do you select your BCAC qualifiers? Go on, Jack.
To be fair, how we normally work it is we try to judge what semi-final we want to be placed at, and then look at which qualifiers.
Evening, Carl.
okay, you're right. What qualifiers will take us to that semi-final? We work it backwards a little bit that way. So, qualifiers are quite handy because you know well in advance which one you're going to go to, so we can get there, do a bit of practicing, suss the lake out, and a lot of the matches get fished at similar venues anyway, so we know quite a few of them now.
And it's obviously like we pick them, you know, if we've been to the lake before and we know like a few swims are better than others, and like, you know, at Willows, I've fished there for probably 25 years, so, you know, on and off. And there's a few areas there that you can do really well out of if you can come out in the sort of top 5 or 6. So sometimes we'll go there, you know.
Yeah, Perry's right. Get the solid bags out.
That's it. He knows.
That is it. Who's the best fisherman? We have to. We're best together.
Yeah.
We take little bits of.
We are one. We are one fisherman.
Yeah. Are you confident with anything other than a solid bag and a zip? I'm pretty confident, to be fair, because before I actually met Brian, I always used to fish little stick mixes and like little wafters and quite a lot of choddy rigs. So my fishing was majority of that before I started matches, and then in the matches, like I met Brian and he showed me like how to tie a solid bag properly, because even though I tried solid bags, I could never get the hang of it, and I've never done very well on it. So Brian put me down that way, and in the matches it's devastating. So I don't mind putting my hand back to what I used to do. It's something that we've used in the matches a lot as well, Brian, ain't it? When we've needed to nick a bite and struggling, you know, put a little stick mix out, something a bit smaller than a bag, and we've nicked a bite. So
yeah, but like Kingsbury, when we just put that double bit of fake corn out,
yeah,
you know, when it just over a bit of bait, and we had that was our first take.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. What's the best method for matches?
I'd say you just got to adapt to what you see, haven't you?
Yeah.
You know, when you get there, you'll see the fish. If they're cruising around on the top, obviously, you know, you're going to start thinking zigs or floaters if you're allowed to use them. If they're showing and it looks like they're feeding on the bottom, then, you know, just go easy with a little bit of bait, and then try a solid and try like a little Ronnie rig or anything like that, and see if you can nick a bite.
Yeah, yeah, right. I agree with that. It's all different times of year as well. So obviously the semi-finals and finals always end up like late summer, and by then the fish are all up in the layers anyway, aren't they, Bryce? So it's a lot more zig fishing by then. But at the start of the season, it's solid bags, I'd say.
Yeah. What made you start match fishing?
You can go to you, Bri, first, because you've been.
What made you start? The reason I got into match fishing was I went down to a place called Elfix in Kent, and I was running for Danny Smith and Martin Locke from Solar. They invited me down there, and I sat there, and that at the time Neil Rivers was a marshal, and just watching them and the vibe and the competition just got me hooked straight away. I thought, I've got to have a go at this. I sat there for, I think they came second to Tom Maker and his dad. But it was just the whole thing, the draw, the excitement, and it's brilliant. And then I think after that, I thought I have to have a go at this. And luckily, I got a bit of backing from Solar, and that's how I started getting into the match fishing. How about you, Jay?
Yeah. With me, actually, I saw it on, back in the day when it used to be on Sky Sports. I'd done a lot of fishing anyway, and where I've got my own lake, I'd always kept up to date with it through Carp Talk and things like that, but I saw it on Sky Sports, and exactly what you're saying, with the excitement of the draw and, you know, how it went about it. I was really interested, and then I entered a few of them and done all right. Then got taught a few lessons when I got to like semi-finals, and realised quickly that, you know, what I was doing, I needed to adapt to be able to go any further in it. So,
yeah. What's that on there?
Has match fishing changed your own fishing better or worse? I'd say it's definitely made it better for me.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. It's
go on, Jack.
Yeah, it's one of them things because you get in the peg for 48 hours. It's not like you can walk around the lake and find the fish and then just start fishing for them because they're there. Because then it's easy to put out your favourite little rig because you're right on top of them. When you're stuck in a peg for 48 hours, you've got to try absolutely everything to try and get a bite. So you've got to have a lot of different methods, and you're keeping your eye on the water all the time. So it's definitely improved my fishing because as soon as I go to do my own personal fishing, you're constantly looking at the lake and you're constantly changing to try and nick a bite.
Yeah, I'd say that sort of. But also, when you're going around and you like watching other anglers in a match, when you're not actually in it, you learn so much to take home with yourself.
Yeah.
Like I was next to Mark Hutchinson, and just watching him fish was just phenomenal. Like, it's just one after another, and using a method that I thought I've never even used that method before. I took it to my lake, and that was it.
Yeah.
You just pick up things. It just really helps you with your fishing. I've never looked back. I've learned so much just through matches.
Yeah. Adrian's got one for you here, Bryler.
What's that?
You're known for making big solid bags. What's your reasoning for this?
Well, I used to use small solid bags, and then once I upped my size of bags, I realised that I could still get to the spots I wanted to get to, and obviously just put a bigger baited area there, and I just got quicker bites from it. I fished with a few people using small bags, and I'd put a big bag out and my rod would go off before theirs. And then after like doing it all the time, casting into the same area, you just gradually build up a little baited area rather than putting any spots over their head. When it's quite shallow, you're spomming out, and spoms it in the top of the water. If you just keep casting massive solid bags out there, eventually the carp are going to be coming in on the scent. And that's what I've always done.
Yeah, because I'd always questioned the size of the solids until...
Evening, Mickey.
Until that happened, where we started hauling, because you keep hitting the same spot with a bag. That carp's coming in. It's not getting all of the bait that was in the bag, and it gets left behind. And then, more carp are coming in, and before you know it, you can get double, triple takes when they're coming in on them big bags. But people with smaller bags are just not leaving enough bait out there still for the fish. But yeah, everyone knows when me and Brian turn up to a match, when you hear the whole...
Sounds like there's a load of house bricks going in.
That's it, yeah. For you, Brian,
what's that?
What's your favourite hook bait? Oh, it's for both of us, yeah.
My favourite hook bait is something nice and bright and smells... If I can go like that and, it's... Yeah, loveliness. Do you know what I mean? No, I use... my favourite hook bait is fluoros, really. Fluoro.
Yeah, mine's like a few people know. I make a lot of my own hook baits up that go in the bags because I'm particular about the buoyancy that I want in the bag. And we've done really well on. I do little white chocolates, so that's probably my number one go-to hook bait.
Yeah,
we've got a lot of them.
Evening, Steve.
Steve, you all right?
Yeah.
In liner bags. Yeah. PVA King. He's like the Tiger King.
That's it.
If you had a chance, would you prefer to hold the British record or the British Championship?
Well, it's easy for me. BCAC.
Yeah,
day long.
Same for me. Yeah. I know a lot of people put
the amount of effort that goes in. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, like because I've been trying now 5 years, so if I can hopefully, if it starts again next year, it might be 6 years of trying, and then if I don't make it, then it's the following year. You could have 10 years of hard work that's gone into that, to lift the trophy. So I know obviously catching a British record, people put a lot of effort in for that, but sometimes people have
definitely,
got a chance to be able to catch the British record, or in certain lakes you can't always get on them. British Championships, everyone can enter, everyone's got a chance. So and
it's just like you don't just turn up to the final. It's like going through the heats. You've got your first qualifier, then you've got your semi, and it's just a process, isn't it? Getting through. If you're getting your top 3, you get through to the next one, and you do your homework and get all your bits and pieces, and get your bits and pieces that you're going to use on the lake, and how effective it is, and then getting to that final is just the ultimate. Once you're there, you've got a chance.
Yeah, that's it. This is for both of us as well. What's your favourite match venue and why?
Well, I'd have to say Albans Lake.
Yeah,
just for the fact I've been fishing there for like 30 years.
Brian turns up there and
they like me down there
in the water. That's it. They come swimming.
Fingers in the water, and they just. Where's your favourite, Jack?
Yeah, mine's now. Even though we only come across it last year, the year before, was Kingsbury Pine in Birmingham. It's a really nice lake there. They've got some cracking fish. I think when we had them, we had about 15 upper 20s to 30s, and they were black as you like, lovely fish. But it's a really fair venue as well. Everyone's in with a chance there, because it's a smallish lake, but the carp all do circuits. So for us, it's always
so shallow, isn't it?
Yeah, we come last out the hat and still come second in a qualifier last year. So, it's one of them venues that, I'm not too fussed where I get, because I know eventually the fish are going to come across me. So, mine's probably that one. Jack, have you managed to get Brian to tidy up his gear yet? That's never going to happen. The amount of times I've heard him say, "Where's my baiting needle?" Oh dear. Yeah, that's never happened, Adrian.
What's that?
Jack, would you rather shoot 59 at golf or catch a 40-pounder? I'll do both, Webber. I'd rather do both.
What's the best?
All right, best tip for someone using a solid bag. With my tip, that is I'd always fish a wafter up the front of a solid bag. So wafter in first, then whatever bait you decide to put in it, then your lead and a bit more bait and tie it up. Because that way, when the bag melts, the wafter's always at the end, it pushes out. And then for distance fishing, I'd flip it the other way, and I'd put a pop-up, and I'd put the lead at the front and always have a pop-up at the back. Reason for the pop-up is because in case it gets caught once it's melted, if you fish a wafter up the back, it can sometimes get a little bit caught and it doesn't sit out how you want it to. So with a pop-up, it'll always just work its way to the top of the pellet. So that's my one, is long distance fishing, lead at the front, pop-up at the back, normal style, wafter at the front, and your lead further up the back of the bag. What's your tip?
Yeah, mine would be just try and experiment with stuff you put inside it. Don't be focused on just like getting your solid bag and just putting one size pellet in there. Like to me, I have to have probably 10 different or 8 different size pellets. Yeah. I like it when it opens up. There's so many different size food items there that the carp come in, they pick a bigger one up, a small one up, and you know, it's just there's loads of different bits and bobs. It's not just, sometimes they can swim over a bag and look at it and think, oh, that's a bit blatant. They've seen it a million times. So I tend to put a bit of boilie in there, a bit of powder, a bit of liquid, and then just plenty of pellet, and get as much in there as you can to the distance you want to fish. And that's how it's been effective for me anyway.
Yeah, definitely trying, isn't it? Trying all different things is massive.
Yeah, just experiment. Like, give it an hour. You haven't had a bite, change. You know, put something else in there, like a different colour. Crumble some nice, you know, white boilies or red boilies. You know, it's just experimenting until you get your take, and then usually that's the sort of method for the day.
Yeah. What's the best products from the range you can recommend? Mine is the big solid bags.
Yeah.
And I've been using the slow melts as well. Just where I was before, obviously the lockdown. Majority was about 8-9 foot. So with the slow melts, you know, it's 100% confident it's going down and it's fishing. I've really rated it. You know what you get with PVA sometimes is when you get cheap PVA, you can lick it and taste it, and it's a horrible taste in your mouth. But with the Castaway stuff, it's, you know, it's not. I'm not saying that you want to go and eat it, but, you know,
and they're strong. They're strong. You know, you can really push your, like, you can shape them up. There's no splitting, and you can get a good tie on it with the PVA tape. Yeah. Can't you? And you shape it up, and you know, and they fly dead straight.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, they're a good bag. Like I say, that slow melt, you know, 10 foot, it's no problem. One bag, 10 foot. Yeah, at the bottom, and we've had bites with Jack in 10 foot of water.
Yeah.
You know, like back in the old days when we used to use a lot of the other bags. Yeah, we used to have to double bag it, didn't we?
Yeah.
To get it down.
Oh, cheers for that, Daryl.
Cheers, Daryl.
It's Craig.
How you doing, Craig?
What bags did you use before Castaway PVA?
I used to use ESP.
Yeah, that's I was on. Yeah, it was mainly ESP, wasn't it? Especially with the matches.
Yeah,
but it was the size is important because ESP were doing the ones, weren't they, of 80 by 100, and there's not loads of companies out there doing that size, and like for us, it's a massive, like, but it's a plus for us, that size. Castaway ones are 100 by 130, so it means if we want to go bigger, we've got that chance.
For fishing close in.
Yeah, sorry, the 80 by 130. So they're the same at the bottom as the ESP ones, but all we do is we still go up, you know, probably 3/4 of the way and cut off the amount, and we've still got the same size, but it's a much better material, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot stronger. I found it, like, I don't know, you can work with it a lot more. You know, when you're twisting it and getting your shape, it's just,
and it holds liquids a lot better.
Holds the liquids, definitely, really well. 100%.
What's your best tip for someone using a solid bag? I think we've done that one. That was the...
Did we?
Yeah, the one where I'd said about the wafter there. Have you won any of the comps before? No.
No. Loads of seconds.
Lots of finals. But I was
loads of finals.
Final last weekend in the British singles. But obviously it's been postponed to a later date. So hopefully by the end of the year, I could hopefully say yes to that one in the singles. And that'll answer Webber's question from earlier on about who.
Well, yeah.
No, I'm joking with that one, Brian.
What's that?
What was your go-to rig before starting using PVA bags?
I used to fish single hook baits. Like, I'd just use a long piece of mono back in the day when I used to fish Rickmansworth Aquadrome. All I'd do was just use a single hook bait and just throw stick boilies around it. That was it. And then a guy called Danny Smith, is a good like Thames angler, came down, and he's my mate, and he said to me, "Try these bags, give these bags a go." And I can't remember how many years. It's got to be 20 years ago. And I said, he said like, you put a bit of this, that, and the other, and he showed me how to do it. And I whacked it out up against this island. And bearing in mind, you'd probably get one bite in 48 hours on there if you were lucky. I had 13 fish in the first night on my first solid bag session, and that was it for me.
Mine used to be, I used to fish just coated braid, and then strip away only the hair, where I'd normally fish like an 18mm boilie, and then thread on a little stick mix. So yeah, that was always my way before the PVA bag. I still use it because it gives me a lot of bites, and in the right areas and right places, it can still be devastating.
Yeah.
How long have you both fished matches, and how did you end up fishing together? How long have you been going, Brian?
I started fishing in 2010. Got to the BCAC final, and that was on. It was a lake in Southampton. I can't think of it now. Broadlands, and that was straight after 2009 when Lockie and Danny got through to the final, and that's when my first go. Luckily enough, I managed to get to the final. I fished with a guy called Dan Cooper then, and then me and Jack were actually battling it out next to each other. As Micky Webb will tell you, he's still here. And then, we just got chatting, and that was it, really. You know, obviously Jack you was with Joey at the time, weren't you?
That's it, yeah. So I started the matches, that was about 6 years ago. And then after the first year of getting semi-final and realising, I needed to pick someone else's brains, I'd seen Brian in one of the qualifiers, and that was it. I poached him.
Was that when I had my broken arm, Jack? And I done my
yeah. Brian beat me with a broken arm once before in a cast off. It's a sore subject.
Never going to live that one down.
What's the shortest thing you've used in a bag and caught on?
I've used basically I'd done a pop-up, and it was over Thorny Weir. I couldn't buy a bite. The fish was showing over me. So I literally tied the smallest bit of braid. It was probably 2 inches long, and just popped the pop-up straight off the lead, like that, on a drop-off lead in a solid bag. Pinged it out there. 15 minutes, it was away. So that probably 2 inches is the smallest I've used.
Mine's probably. I messed around with the hook link for quite a while until I found a consistent hook hold, and something I was always happy with. My normal go-to is 4 inches. I'm right fussy about it as well. So I make sure it has to be bang on 4 inches, because I see other people tying up rigs and they've got one at 4 inches, one at 4.5, then one at 5 inches. If you're catching fish, why would you want to change? If you've just had one,
no,
then you put out a rig that's an inch longer. In my brain, use the same over and over again. So I'm quite fussy about it.
Yeah.
Mine's 4 inch hook link, but I've caught on 3 inches before. Four's where I found me best. There's Weber.
Yeah. I've seen carp in the margins come up to a solid, and they're over the top of it feeding, and you can just literally see them go like that, and they're just gone. They've done you. You know what I mean? On like a bit longer hook length. I've wound it in, brought it down a little bit, smallened up the bait, whatever I'm using, plonked it back down there, bang, and took a bite. So adapting is a big key.
Weber's got one here. Who's the best at casting? 1 million shot. Who is doing it?
Best at casting? Don't know. Really, both the same, really, aren't we?
Yeah, pretty similar. Brian's actually a better spodder than me, so we call him Brian Spodford. Load of lamb. I'm always
load of lamb.
Around loading up the spods. Brian's good with the spod, so I'll let him have the spod one.
What's this?
What's your favourite takeaway on the bank?
Chinese.
Brian loves a Chinese.
I love a Chinese. Yeah.
Yeah, go on, I'll go with you. I'll say Chinese. As long as it comes with a case of beers with you, all right? Oh, there's Micky Webb, look.
Yeah.
He was there, yeah. Micky made it B1, B2 with you, didn't he, that weekend?
Yeah. Me and Mick came out. I think we came second from last, didn't we, Jess? You came out last.
Last, I'll come out last, yeah, against each other.
Yeah, me and Mick came second, I think, the match, didn't we?
Yeah,
we came second. We qualified for the BCAC final on Braesbury.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good weekend, Mick, that one.
Mulled wine or Stella?
Depends what season it is.
Do you share what needs doing then while in the match? It's really well shared, really. We both have each other's roles, don't we? You know, sometimes when it's hectic, there's nothing like, you know, them 2 rods are yours and these 2 are mine. You know, it's all for one, you know.
Yeah.
A rod goes.
Yeah.
Brian might get on the rod first. He's playing the fish. I'm behind the scenes, you know, tying up a new bag or whatever needs doing. You know, the fish gets to the net. It's in the net, you know, and then we go from there, kind of thing. So, we both share all of it, don't we? You've got to do it together.
Yeah.
If you're going into matches, you can't fish. You know, I've got my 2 rods, you've got yours. It can't be like that. You've got
don't work.
Yeah.
No. It's basically you get the rods on the spot, and whoever's the closest, get on it, isn't it?
Yeah, get it in. Yeah.
You know.
What's the best tip to give someone wanting to start match fishing? Do you want to start that one, Brian?
Yeah, my best tip would probably be do a lot of research. Like when I first started doing the match scene, I used to go down and practice. And I don't matter, like for some reason I used to pick lakes that are miles away from where I used to live. But I'd go down there, I'd do a couple of nights on my own and just get your rods out. It doesn't matter if you catch or not, because there's probably a few anglers on there. Have a stroll round. You know, how you doing, mate? Yeah, I've had a couple. Where'd you catch them from? This, that, and the other. See what bait they've been using, because obviously, you know, they're just doing a bit of pleasure fishing. And then just homework, a lot of research and homework. And obviously, if you can get a lake that you fished before, always go on that, because you know more than what most people would know.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, in matches, you might just need, you know, one spot. So if it's a lake you know quite well, it might be certain pegs that you're not fancied in. You know that spot. You know you can catch fish and do well. But the main one is like what you just said there, Brian. Is doing your research, getting over there and practicing. Yeah. Is massive. So, yeah, that's what's give us the edge.
Yeah.
Time. How much
just
effort. Yeah. If you turn up there knowing they don't like white boilies, but they like red ones, you've already got a heads up on everyone else there, because you've been there and you've tried it out. And it is definitely right. Certain lakes, you know, they don't like certain colours and certain flavours and things like that. So it is trial and error until you try.
Yeah.
Do you still enjoy?
Do you still enjoy?
Or is it just the challenge to win?
Oh, we love our matches.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah,
we love it. You know, it's the draw. Like your stomach just gets turned over in the draw.
The best way with Brian, I have to make him leave. Every time we have a good draw, Brian is like, I tell him to go to the toilet or something. So yeah, he's good at that.
Yeah.
No, there he is. Look, there's Liam. He was the one that named us. Look.
How you doing, Liam?
And Brian Spodford.
He's a good lad.
Yeah. There's Liam. Do you catch fish? Do you need? How do you catch fish? Do you need a hook?
Well, not really, because I used to use my hands a lot. I was a pretty good swimmer, you know.
Yeah. That's it, yeah.
And a big net.
A big net. Yeah, just go around with the net. What's the best weight you've had in a match?
Well, mine is £750, and that was in this UK Cup singles on Willows Lakes in St Albans.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that was a busy 48 hours.
yeah, yeah.
But I mean, what's your one, Jack?
We were in the Barstons final last year, weren't we, for the British Cups? And I reckon we probably easily had 70 carp out there. But where that competition was only your biggest 5 carp count, you're obviously not combining all the weight, but that was a tough weekend. We'd had a couple of beers on the Thursday, and then worked hard all weekend. Yeah, worked hard.
But you done really well. Where was that other lake? You done really well.
Had £1,000 in weight there, bro. I reckon at Barstons. So,
what was that lake that you done really well at in that match? When you was fishing opposite Kev Grout, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. That was at I can't even think what it was called. Corking Farm. Corking Farm. That was
Corking Farm.
Yeah, I think I had about £600 in weight then, on my own, if I remember rightly. But yeah, that was quite a good result. Adrian, you poked my swing.
Adrian. No. This was on Willows, not the farm.
Brian loves a bit of poaching. That's one thing in the matches, is looking out for boundaries. People love a bit of poaching on the boundaries.
Yeah. Boundary disputes.
It comes out of the
Phil Berry will know all about that. Phil and Phil.
Phil and Phil. Have you ever had a PB in a match? Do you think you always fish the comps, or just until you win one? I haven't had a PB in the matches. We've had a couple of late records, didn't we? But I've had a PB, and I'd always fish the matches. Even if I won one, I'd still do it. You know, there's quite a few different ones that you can go for, and but yeah, I just love it. Even when we go to the World Cup Classic, you know, it's such a tough venue and it's a tough thing to go and do, but we enjoy it so much out there. That, you know, I'd see ourselves doing that for every year, even if you won it. So,
yeah. But I mean, with the matches as well, you get to fish lakes that you'd never normally fish.
Yeah.
You know, you look on the list and you'll pick a lake. You know, you have a little read up on it, and you've never been there. So, and I fished there with Jason Gutteridge. Can't remember how many years ago it was now, but we had a really good session. I think we had like 430s or 530s on 5 different lakes, or like over the 2 years. I mean, so you know, it's just all about
there's Ash
just having a bit of fun, isn't it?
Yeah. Like you say as well, with certain venues,
we had some good fish on the way, haven't we?
Is like Walthamstow. You can't fish there at night, but in the matches, because it's 48 hour, you can fish at night. And I think the big ones come out there the last 3 times that they had fished it in the matches. Yeah. So you know, you're getting a good chance there, good carp. Even Kingsbury Pine is not open to night fishing. So, you know, people go there in the day and try and do a bit of stalking, but Carl Palmer.
Yeah, we would.
Carl. Get us on that.
Can't get on it.
It can cost quite a bit of money doing the matches, but it's one of them things. You know, you could just target. You know, one, we obviously go for, you know, whatever event turns up, we try and go for as many as we can, but other people could just target just the one event, you know, and really focus their attention on it. So juggling with work is not too bad. I'm always well planned for the fishing, so I always know by the Thursday I'm finishing work and driving to the lake to set the bivvy up ready for the draw on the Friday. More for you there, Brian?
No matches. No matches this year, though, mate.
No matches this year. You never know. But
No.
the end of the year, there might be something. It'll be a winter series.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe we have to just go back to normal fishing, Brian. Without you waking me up every 2 minutes. Oh, I think we should change this.
It's all a part of it. It's all part of it.
Yeah.
What's that?
I think it takes a different type of angler to keep doing them. Yeah, some people probably think we're absolutely mad for loving the matches so much, but there's a lot of crazy people out there like us that obviously love it, and you know, until people try it, they'll be surprised. You know, the buzz that you get for it. I years ago was a professional golfer, and you know, I've still got that competitive streak in me. So you know, fishing to me, when it gets to the matches, it's still competitive. So yeah.
There's one thing I will say about the matches: you make a lot of friends. Like
that's
people,
it. Yeah.
you don't see people all year. That's why I really like that about the matches. Like I won't see, you know, these, you know, the other anglers that are in the competition, and then you turn up in a match, and it's all like, you know, it's nice to bump into them all again, isn't it? And all meet up. Because on your normal fishing, you very rarely meet anybody, do you?
No, that's
like who you'd see in the competitions.
Yeah. So
I've met some made some good friends.
We'll make this the last question, guys. If anyone's got one out there, who do you think is a really good match angler?
There's a lot.
There's a lot, yeah.
There's a lot.
Wayne and Ryan are obviously been unbelievable,
absolutely
winning it 2 years.
smashing it.
Kevin Bart have been ridiculous, and like Billy and Jamie, I think are absolute great anglers, and they don't always get the draw at the finals. You know, that they probably deserve.
There's
one.
There's so many.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, isn't there?
Yeah.
So many.
Yeah. Do you think there's a lot of animosity being a match angler to session angler? No, not particularly. I think everyone gets on. Like everyone has their like boundary disputes and stuff like that with it. But you know, sometimes session angling's worse for people when they've been baiting spots. Things like that. You know, you walk in the peg and they're like, "Oh, I've been baiting this spot for weeks." You know, you weren't to know, but I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people in the matches they've got a lot of respect for people's areas and stuff, don't they? Usually, the guys next door will come in and go, right, that tree's left hand rod, left hand rod, that's your right hand rod. Yeah. And you get it sorted before the hooter goes, and away you go.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
You know.
So,
thanks, Ryan.
We'll wrap that up there anyway. So, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully, we've been a bit of help to you. And we'll catch up with you all soon.
Yeah, take care.